Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. When Eliza visited her parents with her husband, his brother Jack invited them over for dinner. Now, Jack has some health issue recently, and he needs to change his diet. He needs to eat more vegetables. Jack told Eliza that he has adopted a new cooking system, and he calls it the fast cooking system. And using this system, he was able to cook a meal from scratch using all fresh ingredients in less than 30 minutes. So he invited Eliza and her husband to his house for dinner to demonstrate how this cooking system works. Eliza was skeptical because she knew that Jack does not cook very much at all. And when she arrived at Jack's house, she discovered that he has yet to start preparing dinner. Jack said he was waiting for them to arrive because he would like to demonstrate the cooking system from start to finish in less than 30 minutes. So the first thing Jack did is that he went into the freezer and he took out some frozen meat. Jack cut up the meat right after he purchased them from the supermarket. Before he freezes them, he will prep them to the size that he will be used for stir frying. And then he freezes them in Ziploc sandwich bag in portion that is appropriate for a dish. Now Jack still eats meat, but he now uses meat mainly as a condiment, whereas vegetable is the primary ingredients. This is upon his doctor's advice. Jack then went to the refrigerator. When he opened up the refrigerator, Eliza was really impressed because he has many different vegetables that already cut and prepped ready to go, and they store in plastic containers. So all Jack has to do is to take out those vegetables that he planned to cook that night. And in less than 4 or 5 minutes, Jack said everything that he wants to cook that night all line up in front of him on the kitchen counter. Jack told Eliza he will spend about 90 to 120 minutes in the beginning of each week to do the prepping for the rest of the week. And he called that advanced prepping, which is an integral part of the fast cooking system. He then took out his wok and he started to cook his dishes. So what he did is that he basically separated prepping and cooking. And by separating prepping, he is now able to cook very rapidly. For a 4-course meal, it only took him about 30 minutes. The reason is because stir frying is very fast. And it took only about 5 to 6 minutes to cook a stir fry dish. And by separating the prepping and the cooking process, he was able to achieve very efficient cooking, and in this case also more enjoyable because now he can focus mainly on cooking. Jack told him that in the beginning he did not like prepping, but once he found the right knife, prepping became enjoyable and in fact relaxing for him. The main challenge of a knife is for it to be sharp enough, and here is what is known as a paper test, whether a knife can cut through a piece of paper or not. But Jack found out the best knife to use is not a steel knife, but a knife which frequently known as ceramic knife. Here Jack demonstrated how easy for a ceramic knife to cut through tomatoes. Jack said he absolutely enjoyed the ceramic knife because they retain sharp for much longer than steel knife. With a steel knife, usually only after a few uses then become dull. You have to sharpen it, and like in this case, you cannot cut through a piece of paper. Quite often then you have to stop what you are doing and sharpen the knife. A dull knife is very frustrating when it comes to prepping. Now ceramic knife stays sharper much longer. In fact, a ceramic knife can stay sharp for almost several years without the need of sharpening them. And Jack told Eliza that he loves his ceramic knife. Before he got his ceramic knife, he always became frustrated with his steel knife, because after usually only 2 or 3 times of usage, the knife becomes very dull. And he said a dull knife actually are far more dangerous than a sharp knife, because when you use a dull knife, you tend to try to push harder in order to get through the food ingredients. In here, he demonstrated how easy of the ceramic knife to slice through some onion. And for him, the ceramic knife is definitely superior than a steel knife. Now, so what is ceramic knife? And what is it ceramic knife good for meat as well? And Jack said, in fact, cutting chicken, ceramic knife is absolutely the greatest. Here it demonstrates how you can slice through chicken with a ceramic knife as you would slice through butter. Now, of course, a sharp steel knife probably is still better. But steel knife get dull very easily when you use it to cut chicken. Now, the reason that ceramic knife can stay so sharp is because it's made from a material known as zirconium dioxide. This material is very hard. If a diamond has a hardness of 100, a zirconium oxide has a hardness around 80, whereas a steel knife, the hardness is stay around low 70 and high 60s. And this is the reason why zirconium oxide knife can stay sharper for much longer. And then Jack demonstrated to Eliza a new ceramic knife that he has, and he called it a ceramic vegetable knife. Now, this ceramic vegetable knife has a wider blade than the traditional ceramic knife, and he really liked this wider blade because you can use the ceramic knife as a tool to scoop up the ingredients that you have cut and transfer it to a container. That makes the knife take on a double duty. A ceramic vegetable knife is very similar to a Chinese kitchen knife, which has a wide blade. But this ceramic vegetable knife, the blade is much narrower in comparison to the traditional Chinese kitchen knife. Nevertheless, it serves an excellent way for transferring food ingredients, and Jack really enjoyed using this ceramic vegetable knife. Jack then told Eliza that usually you will find ceramic knives come in different colors. One is the white color, which is the traditional ceramic knife, and one come with this gray color. And the gray color is actually by the addition of pigment to make the knife look more like metal. Now, ceramic knife is not metal. Their structure is very similar to what normally you find in potteries. And this is the reason they call it ceramic knife. And of course, the difference of the chemical is not the same. And here, I have a video that demonstrates the review and testing of a vegetable ceramic knife. Here is a vegetable ceramic knife that Jack decided that will give it to Eliza as a gift. I have placed a link to Amazon of this ceramic knife in the note section below. They have the whole set rather than the individual ones which I purchased earlier. However, Jack mentioned that you still should have a steel knife because ceramic knives tend to be fragile and you cannot use it for chopping, particularly for chopping bones. So in this case, a cheap steel knife should be have on hand when you want to use it to chop through food ingredients. I post a video each day to help you to make home cooking as part of your daily routine. And advanced prepping are essential to make this possible. And to enjoy the advanced prepping, you need to have a good knife. So keep on cooking. I will see you tomorrow.